wife works for a program called Marine Science Adventures down in Gulf Shores, Alabama, and she also volunteers for a number of other wildlife organizations. Because of my business, we get to travel throughout the United States and Canada, and we find many different places with various animals and plants, and so we look forward to bringing those videos to you in the future. This video is talking about all the bogs that we have been visiting during the quarantine. We've been shut down. So here it is, bogged down in Bama.
Usually in the spring, I'm busy with my job. I'm an educator for Marine Science Adventures in Gulf Shores. We lead groups of students into the marine habitat where we teach them all about the Gulf Coast, Alabama's Gulf Coast. We teach them to use our equipment, and then we teach them about all the different things that we catch in our nets. With the shutdown, of course, we haven't been able to do that. And while I miss the students and I miss the team I work with terribly, I've had a great time exploring the bogs of South Alabama. Pitcher plant bogs are diverse habitats that have nutrient-poor acidic soil. Very few plants can survive in these conditions. Some of those that do obtain their nutrients, mainly nitrogen and phosphorus, by trapping and digesting insects and other small creatures. White or white-topped pitcher plants are beautiful plants found in the southeast. The pitchers resemble flowers but are actually modified leaves. This resemblance, along with sugar-producing glands, attracts insects. The sugar-producing glands are mostly located on the lip and lid, both on top and underneath of the pitcher. Once on the lip or lid, some of the insects will fall into the pitcher. The inner surface of the pitcher is very slippery, making it difficult for the insect to climb out. To make matters worse, tiny hairs that point downward are located deeper in the pitcher, now making an escape impossible. The bottom of the pitcher is filled with enzyme-rich fluids that not only drown the insect but digest them. The plant then absorbs nutrients from the insect. The head of the parrot pitcher plant resembles a parrot. The mouth of the pitcher is found under this head. Once inside, insects have a difficult time finding an escape because translucent patches allow light into the tube, making the insect think that's the way out. The tube becomes more and more narrow and also contains those pesky downward pointing hairs that make it impossible for the insect to retreat. Because the pitchers of this plant typically lie on the ground, they often become submerged, which allows the plant to trap tadpoles and aquatic insects. The tentacles on the leaves of sundews contain glands that produce nectar, adhesive compounds, and digesting enzymes. Insects land on the leaves and become stuck. Escape is next to impossible because the tentacles also close around the insect to further entrap it.
The bladder on a bladderwort works because the bladders are constantly actively transporting water out of the bladder so that it builds up negative pressure inside. It has a little trigger on the outside, and when an insect or small water bug or whatever's in the water touches that little trigger, it causes the door to open, and water with the little creature trapped in the water goes into the bladder and it gets stuck there, and then it can digest it.
This beautiful bog is part of Weeks Bay National Estuarine Research Reserve that comprises over 9,000 acres. It contains several different habitats and offers hiking, fishing, and kayaking. It's a great place for birdwatching and observing plants and wildlife.
We've driven by this place many times, visiting one of our favorite bogs, and appropriately named Bogged. This restaurant is excellent. If you're in the area, you've got to try it. They call themselves a classical Southern cooking restaurant, and I'll tell you, I've fallen in love with the food here. Their hours are a little different, but well worth the timing, and the food was great. The service was great, and everything about this place. We love it, and we're going to be back again.
In addition to having 2 pitcher plant bogs, Graham Creek Nature Preserve offers a canoe kayak launch, hiking and bicycling trails, a cross-country trail, 9 basket disc golf course, picnic areas, play area, and an archery range. It's a great place to observe rare plants and animal species. The Ruth McClellan Abronski's Splinter Hill Bog is a great place to explore upland, longleaf pine forests, seepage bogs, and coastal blackwater streams. The site is home to one of the most beautiful and impressive white pitcher plant bogs in the world. The west parking lot is the most accessible area.
When visiting a pitcher plant bog, please be mindful of the delicate plants. Sticking to the trails is a really good idea because these bogs are a habitat for cottonmouths, a venomous snake found in the south. It is illegal to take pitcher plants from bogs. Please leave them so we don't lose them.